Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. It's like the fun never stops with Claressa Shields and Savannah Marshall. Claressa Shields had put a post out here about Savannah Marshall and getting Savannah Marshall to sign up for VADA testing. And I thought it was funny because to suggest that Savannah Marshall is running from VADA testing and saying that she's this strong puncher, supposedly this knockout artist, and to suggest that it's because she didn't say it, but she's implying that, hey, maybe there's something funny going on with her, maybe something to enhance her, right? So, absolutely hilarious, but Savannah Marshall is enrolled now. I don't know about the past or what was going on, but she's enrolled now. But it looks like the Savannah Marshall had to have surgery on her hand, a small operation to push the fight back about two and a half months. Some are saying 4 to 5 weeks, but it's really more like a two to 3 month delay in the fight actually taking place. So Savannah Marshall is welcome to Showdown now. It looks like it's going to be around September. Now, Marshall's not one for a lot of words, but Claressa Shields, a little bit different. But Savannah Marshall, she will talk. She will poke at the bear a bit. She'll hold her ground. And she has come out saying some things about wanting to, basically punish and destroy Claressa Shields. And we all know Claressa Shields is going to say that and more when she gets the opportunity. But Claressa Shields and them, they're going back and forth. I guess Savannah Marshall blocked her on Instagram. And I don't know. Does that mean anything to you? It doesn't really mean anything to me, man. You just tired of hearing all the BS. I don't think anyone's ever rent-free in anyone's head because of that, but it's only so much of that stuff I can take, of arguing and bickering. Like, that's just not my style. So if I got somebody who just wants to keep going back and forth, like, I just don't have that. Like, my tank doesn't, I don't have a full tank of gas to go on that trip. You know what I'm saying? Yours is full, mine's is like, a tenth of a tank full. Like, I just can't do it. You may get 1 or 2 exchanges from me after that. That's it. But I think Savannah Marshall's the same way. More business, and then all the talk and the back and forth stuff. But Claressa Shields is adamant that she's going to show who the best is. And she says something here that I thought was pretty interesting, is when she goes, I don't care when me and Savannah Marshall fight, she's going to lose, but sign up for VADA testing now. Hurry up, too. This is how it goes when you're talking undisputed, I'm the biggest puncher in women's boxing. F out of here. Amanda Serrano is the biggest puncher in women's boxing. And somebody goes on to say, well, if Amanda Serrano is the biggest puncher in women's boxing, why didn't she knock out Katie Taylor? So, they have fans on the Marshall side, fans on the Shield side, and they seem to be kind of joining in on the back and forth, and, which is making the fight more and more interesting. It's a little bit of fun. Some fans cross the line, but it's good to see that there's the two of them are kind of engaging each other. But there's Savannah Marshall actually responds, and this is where it says Savannah had to have a small operation. That means we'll just be back 4 or 5 weeks. And then Claressa Shields goes on to talk about, you mean 8 to 10 weeks. What's the date? Stop just posting stuff and not having real information. But here it goes right here. Savannah Marshall actually comes back and says something, which I was surprised right here. Claressa Shields goes, this is me today. Bums better know I'm training for mass destruction. No days wasted. Heal up, boo. She's talking to Savannah Marshall. You're going to need all that strength you have to get a W over me, the GOAT. And then Marshall goes, signed up last week, all cush for VADA testing. And then Claressa Shields, in the Claressa Shields way, good B. So the back and forth doesn't stop, but what I am glad is to finally see some kind of exchange between the two, and more or less not disrespecting each other, but just confirming that the fight's still on. Because I mean, I didn't even know that Savannah Marshall was getting surgery on her hand. It sounds like Claressa Shields didn't know either. And Claressa Shields does. Hey, she brings up a good point that if these guys are going to fight for an undisputed, any boxing match, but the undisputed distinction, there definitely should be VADA testing involved. Savannah Marshall, we don't want to unfairly accuse her of anything. So I think the fact that she's signing up, it tells us a lot that, she has nothing to hide. But the one thing, a lot of people wonder, right? Why does it take a big fight like this to get a fighter, male or female, to commit to VADA testing? I don't think a lot of people realize that to be enrolled in VADA testing year-round is pricey. It's really pricey. Remember, not all these fighters are making millions of dollars. So when you're looking at spending, 30, 40, 50, 60, or however much it is for VADA testing, that not everybody can afford that. It's just very pricey to be in that year round. I hear fighters talking about it, especially if they're not fighting 3-4 times a year. So I think you kind of pick and choose. Try to stay clean. You have nothing to hide. But I know if it was me, and if I wasn't cheating and I wasn't doing anything, I wouldn't be too crazy to jump and be enrolled in VADA. But at the same time, it's not really just about you. It's about making sure that your opponent's not cheating. So I understand, but man, the price point on some of those tests, in my understanding, it ranges from like $30,000 to $100,000. That's a lot of money. But then again, it's necessary. So we'll see what happens. But I'm excited to see this fight, Claressa Shields and Savannah Marshall. I think it's going to be a very good fight, man. And this is one. This may be the one, people. The Serrano Taylor was a good fight. But this one here, Shields and Savannah Marshall, is another one of those. It's not even about men or women. It's just a really, really good fight. So looking forward to it. It looks like it's going to happen around September. Hopefully no issues with the healing process and no physical therapy required for Savannah Marshall. And we'll be able to see her and Claressa Shields get it on before the holidays, and that would be outstanding. But that being said, if you hung in here to the end, please hit like, please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. And that being said, more videos to come. Y'all take care, and I'm in the breeze.